Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. They mean the world to me. That's interesting. It's really weird. Do you guys see that little red mark there? That's not actually on the table. It's some sort of reflection from the crystal. It's really weird. It's like a reflection from the light. I don't see it in the actual room. I see it on my video screen. That's strange. It must be just the way the light's hitting the crystal. See? Yep. How wild. Okay, we'll leave it there. Just an interesting little thing. It's so red, and I actually thought it was like a flower petal or something laying there. Okay, so let's get into these cards. You guys know, for those of you that tune in regularly, this is a broad spectrum reading. You have to figure out where it fits, if at all, in your life. It is originally created for the 16th, Friday, the 16th of July, but it's not only set for that date. If you're seeing it on a different date, I'd be more geared toward what is the message and does that fit and what's the date on the reading. Please check out the drop-down menu underneath any of my daily forecasts. In there, it gives you a little bit to think about when looking at any of my readings, as far as my tarot scopes or my daily forecasts or anything like that. There's stuff to think about in there. Also, how to contact me for private reading, how to support the Patreon channel, if you want to send me a deck from my Amazon wish list. All that stuff is in there in the Linktree link. And that's it. Let's get into these cards and see what's going on. What do they want us to know? Oh wow, I didn't even read the plant that was associated with this, but he's back again. It's the Cuandera of water. And it's seaweed. I am filming this a day before, so this could be his energy just kind of permeating this day, or we could still continue with this well-being, this compassion, this feeling of connection, this feeling of mutability, this feeling of flexibility, not allowing things to bother us too much or to get in our way. I love the feeling of this card. We saw it yesterday. I just actually watched the video for this morning. I just released the video this morning, so I just got done watching this. To me, this is about being compassionate, being loving, being emotionally available, feeling in control or in charge, in authority, having an awareness or an understanding of our emotions, an appreciation of our emotions, coming from that place, right, in our interactions with people, appreciating people in very emotionally sort of centered or grounded ways, right? There's also this aspect to this, which is the bath. To me, the way that he's preparing the bath, it feels like take some time out for yourself, do some self-care, honor yourself in that way, whatever that way looks like for you. It doesn't have to be a bath per se, but whatever makes you feel better emotionally, this is something that you should do. The fact that we've seen this card 2 days in a row, it really is a signifier or an indication that now is the time to be caring for ourselves, connecting to the world around us in a very emotionally available and present way. The plant associated with this, which I didn't even notice, I didn't notice it yesterday, is seaweed, which seaweed is high in nutrients. It's good for your skin, it's good for your body, you know, it's like kind of the wonder plant in that way. It's got all of that rich nutrients and all of that sort of stuff. So again, to me, that would also indicate to this state of caring for ourselves, really nurturing ourselves in some way, shape, or form. The Cuandera of fire would be like, you know, that loving father figure that, you know, maybe some of us don't even have. We have to maybe step into that role for ourselves. And I'm not laughing for you not having it. I certainly didn't. So that's why I sort of giggled. But to me, it's like us stepping into that role, taking care of ourselves at that nurturing level, but doing so from a like sort of a more of a protector, not like a aggressive protector, but just, you know, it's not as motherly as, say, the queen or the madre of water, right? So today is that day to kind of tap in and tune in emotionally, sometimes psychically too. The cups can also indicate psychic work, or it's so emotional that it's the more subtle voices within ourselves that are talking to us. So listening to those voices, honoring those voices, those thoughts or feelings that might be going on within us, and then kind of working with them, right? Not avoiding them, not fearing them, not judging them, just allowing them to be and owning them. I do love these two candles in the back. I don't know why in this deck they pull my attention, but to me it feels like within our relationships, we talked about this yesterday too, within our relationships we want to be present, we want to be available, we want to be emotionally appreciative of what we have going on around us and who is around us. We want to be of support to others when and where we can, but first and foremost, to always support ourselves. That would be the significance of him sort of pouring the water into his own bath, right? I love that he's pouring this water from a tea kettle, which says that this bath is more of a process. It's the ritual or the putting together of this bath that is sort of setting the intention or the magic, right? The Kundera work that he's doing to sort of set the healing about, so that when he's ready to take this bath, it's ideal, right? So we can take this time, this focus, this attention, and place it towards our emotional well-being, and begin to, that bathtub would take many teapots to fill. So this is not something that maybe that's why we're seeing this card 2 days in a row. This is not something that goes by quickly. This is something that we want to honor, something that we want to really give our attention to, our time to, our focus to, and thus be giving it back to ourselves, right? So taking those steps, honoring the steps that we take as we move through the day. It's got that, what's that book? I think it's Jack Kornfield, the Buddhist teacher. I think that chop wood, carry water vibe to me, or I'm hearing that right now. That sort of idea of being present and conscious and in your feels, but in a way that is, supportive, responsible, liberating, right? That is all stuff that I feel like is the King of Cups. So we see him here again today. Step even deeper into this emotional well-being if you can access it, if you were able to access it from the day previous. Step into it even further. Allow him to permeate your being, right? Here is our card for the day. It's card number 39, which would be a 12, which would be a 3, which would be the connection of the mind, body, and spirit. And the card is Fairy Medicine. Come back to your center. The doorway to healing is within you. Again, like I was just saying about the ritual and the setting up or the checking in emotionally, owning our emotions, being where we need to be in the present moment. These two candles could signify that relationship to the self, even the conversation we need to have within our emotions, within ourself, within our thoughts, that brings about this sort of healing. This inner medicine is we get to take today to take care of ourselves and do the work that we need to do, right? To align that number 3 of this inner medicine card is that mind, body, spirit connection, honoring all aspects of them, right? When I take baths, right, and I'm just using this as an example, I'll use like Epsom salts or bath salts of some sort to try and not only ease my physical body, but I also believe that it purifies sort of the etheric body, right? The auric field, the energetic body, right? But there's also something that happens for me when I get into a tub that is not only physical, it assists my physical well-being, it assists my mental well-being and my energetic well-being, right? My emotional well-being. All of that stuff can be kind of, in some ways, I sort of visualize it being left in the tub water and going down the drain and going away, right? Similar to like how you would visualize a grounding cord in meditation. So, and that's just something I personally do. You don't have to do that, but it's kind of something that's coming up in my mind here as I'm thinking about inner medicine and then this drawing of this bath. Where do you find ways to nurture yourself, to heal yourself, to give yourself that that moment of peace, that moment of understanding, that moment of sort of grace, and allow yourself to kind of feel full, whole, and honor all of the aspects of your being, right? Mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, at once, right? And we can do that at any point in time. We can choose that. So let's do the grounding cord. All right, the grounding stone. And the grounding stone today, we've seen this before, is on wisdom, right? There's wisdom to be gained in how we take care of ourselves, how we treat ourselves. It's a deep wisdom, right? It being on this this obsidian, the darker stone takes you to that darker subconscious depth, right? These healing spaces, or this opportunity to heal ourselves or to take care of ourselves, to come up through our emotions, is, from the depths of who we are, the core of our very being. Allow that wisdom, or ground in that wisdom today. Whatever it is that you find that you need, whatever it is that you find that you require to feel whole or complete, give it to yourself. You have the power to do that. Don't fight it. Don't deny it. Allow yourself to have it. Bring it into alignment and make it so. That is your forecast for the day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. It should be a beautiful day today. Enjoy it and have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.